Breaking news from the past. Something happened one night that nobody ever told you about. Isaac Newton didn't just discover gravity from an apple falling. There was something terrifying in the orchard that night, something that changed history forever. It was a cold, foggy night in Woolsthorpe. The wind was silent, but the leaves were shaking as if invisible hands were touching them. Newton was walking alone under the old apple tree, thinking about how the world works. Suddenly, he felt a chill run down his spine. Something was watching him, and it wasn't human. Then he saw it, a pale, glowing figure floating between the branches. Its eyes shined faintly, like tiny flames in the dark. Newton froze. His heart was racing. He wanted to run, but his curiosity and maybe a little bit of foolishness kept him there. And then the figure moved closer. Without warning, Newton was lifted off the ground by some invisible force. He felt himself flying for a moment before crashing gently onto the grass. His papers flew everywhere. The ghost hovered nearby, watching silently. Newton couldn't understand what had just happened, but he knew he had to figure it out. He picked himself up, staring at the apples on the tree. Some were swaying, even though there was no wind. Others dropped to the ground in perfect timing. The ghost was still there, watching, as if it wanted to teach him something. Newton realized that maybe, just maybe, there was a force pulling everything down, invisible, unstoppable, everywhere. Shaking but determined, Newton started experimenting. He dropped apples again and again, timing their fall. He measured distances, scribbled notes, and tried to understand the patterns. Every apple that fell was like a clue, and all the while the ghost silently observed. It didn't scare him anymore. It felt like guidance. A spooky, terrifying, ghostly guide. Hours passed. Fog wrapped the orchard like a blanket. Shadows danced and strange whispers echoed through the branches. Newton was alone, but not really. He could feel the presence of the ghost watching his every move. The fear made his mind sharper. The terror and the mystery forced him to think harder than ever before. And then it clicked. The falling apples, the force that pulled him down. It was all the same. Gravity. The ghost hadn't just scared him, it had led him to the answer. Newton felt a strange mix of awe, fear, and excitement. He had discovered one of the most important forces in the universe, with a ghost as San's secret teacher. The ghost slowly faded into the fog, leaving Newton alone with his notes. He looked up at the tree one last time, heart still pounding. Had it really been a ghost, or just his imagination? He didn't know, but one thing was certain. The night had changed history forever. Gravity was no longer just an idea. It was real, and terrifyingly, beautifully, unseen forces shaped the world. And this is only the beginning. If one ghost could teach Newton about gravity, who knows what haunted secrets other scientists uncovered. Stay tuned for more stories that mix history, horror, and science. The truth behind the inventions nobody dares to tell you.